Okay, here goes the next page, page 2. So in this page we are expanding and condensing. Please remember when we are expanding, if it's multiplication, it's going to turn to addition. If it's division, it's going to turn to subtraction. And if it has an exponent, the exponent is going to go in the front. When we expand, everything gets its own log. You get a log, you get a log, you get a log, everybody gets a log. So let's see. First we've got, let me move that out of the way. Log base 3 of x, and we have log base 3 of y, and since it's division, it's going to be minus. There goes Corona. All right, next we have log base 7 of a times b, so everybody gets their own log. Dang it, I always do that. Log base 7 of a, log base 7 of b, and since it's multiplication, it's going to be addition between the two of them. All right, and this one we've got a little bit more going on. We've got multiplication of 3 variables here. So remember, everybody gets their own log. You get a log, you get a log, you get a log. So we've got log base 5 of a, log base 5 of b, and log base 5 of c, and since it's multiplication, it's just going to be plus, in between all those. Alright, this one gets a little bit tricky. We have log base 8 of x, we have log base 8 of y. Hold on, we've got two things going on here. First off, this is y to the 5th. We know if it has a power, the power goes in front of the log. And let's talk about the relationship between the x and the y. It was division, so it's going to be minus this stuff. Alright, the next one has even more going on. It's a little bit crazy. So we've got log base 9 of a. We have log base 9 of b. But b was raised to the 6th power, so we're going to put a 6 in front of that one. These two were division, so it's going to be subtraction in the middle. But we did have this all raised to the 3rd power, so guess what? Big set of parentheses, and we're going to put a 3 in front of the whole thing. Isn't that awesome? Okay, next one. For this problem, we have 3 different variables here. We have this little 3 here, so again, everybody's going to get a log. I don't see a base here, but that just means it's base 10, and when it's base 10, we don't necessarily have to write that. So I have log base 10 of a, I have log base 10 of b, I have log base 10 of c, but we said since it has exponent, we're going to put the 3 in the front. These are all attached by multiplication, so plus, plus. Okay, in the next set we're going to condense, so instead of everybody having a log, we're going to take away it, or we're going to write log once. How many times are you going to write log? Once. So let's see, they should have the same logs, but I didn't give you anything tricky, so they will all have the same logs. So these have log base 4, these have log base 5, yada, 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 yada. So we're only going to write log once. You write it again, I'm coming after you. Okay, so in this problem, in these problems, if it is plus, we're turning it back into multiplication. If it's minus, we're turning it back into division. And if we have a number in the front, that was the exponent. So here we go. We have minus between these two logs. So if it was minus, it was a division problem. So it's going to be 5 on the top and 7 on the bottom. All right. In this problem, we're only going to write log once. So log base 5. And, oh, wow. Okay, apparently I gave you 2 of the similar problems. So it's just minus here, so it's division, and it's going to be 10 on the top and 7 on the bottom. I'm going to have to change that. All right, next set of problems, I have log base 8, but I see that they both have 5 in the front. Okay, so we'll handle that in 1 second. So I have x, and I have plus y, so that's times y. But since this has a 5 in the front, this is raised to the 5th power, and this has a 5 in the front, this was raised to the 5th power. You can leave it like that. I know some of you are dying, my smarty pants, to put them both raised to the 5th power on the outside, but please do not mess anything up. Just leave it like that. All right, next problem, log. So log base 8, and it is plus in between all these, so guess what? It is multiplication in between all this, and that's that. All right, last 2 on this page. Oh, but hold on, we got a little bit going on here. So we have a 2 in front of this, we have a 10 in front of this, and we know when we have the number in the front, that's the exponent, so we're going to give these exponents. Sometimes, I don't know, if it helps, I might even like cross this out and put that squared, cross this out and put that to the 10th, just in case that helps you a little bit. I know some people, when I've tried to help them, they're like, oh my god, that's so much easier. So then if it's minus, it's going to be division. So log base 5, and since it's minus, it'll be x over y, and remember this is x to the 2nd because it's got that 2 in the front, and I kind of crossed that out and did that for you, and this is to the 10th. All right, last one, so I have plus, and I told you sometimes that little trick that if I have this 5 in the front, I just go ahead and change it to the 5th power. Sometimes it helps people a lot. So I'm going to write log base 5 once, and since it's multiplication, it's x times y times z, but remember this one's to the 5th. How's it going? Okay, we're going to stop there. That is page 2.